Hey friends, we're out in the garden today. I figured I would do little garden updates like this. They're going to be shorter videos, but it's just every day kind of going around and showing you things. I follow Patera like most of you do, and she does talks like this all the time. So I don't know what will happen with this video. I don't know what I'll talk about, but I enjoy garden tours. I think they're fun. I love seeing the growth, and so much can happen within a week. So I think I'm going to continue to do these. So it encourages me to just keep creating content. I love having this community. I love having these conversations, and I think it will be fun. So I'm going to get you turned around. Welcome if you're new. My name is Tori. We do a little bit of everything on the channel now, but I try and be prepared on a budget, and that looks like so many different ways for so many different people. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely hit the subscribe button. I'm going to get you turned around and we can get into this. I do want to say my supplements are on sale this week, so today and tomorrow. Hopefully when I get this video out and the next day, it will be 30% off, which is incredible. If you've been wanting to change up your supplements, let me know. They have just about everything: probiotic supplements for weight loss, supplements for mood. All of these ingredients are non-GMO, organic. They're tested for mold and glyphosate, so that's really important. I've been talking about ingredients often, and I do my research extensively. So if you see an ingredient that you don't agree with, let's chat about it before you make up your mind. I really encourage people to do a deep dive before they just up and say they don't like something because the masses has told us not to like something. So if that's not an intro, I don't know what is. Let's get you turned around and show you what we're working with. Alrighty, we are starting strong with my mullein, barely hanging on, but she's tall. She's tall. The moths get to these, and so do the ants. Honestly, I am going to harvest this mullein for some health in the winter. So I'm probably going to dry it, put it in capsule form. I'm probably going to do an oil, and I'm probably going to dry some leaves and do a tea. So that is how I love my mullein. I planted this, I don't even know, 4 years ago, I feel like, but it is a biennial, and it's getting definitely taller there. As you can see, my almost 4-year-old is, not cowering under it, but she's strong, huh? Anyways, the mullein. So there are many ways you can harvest this. There are many things you can do with this. I'd love to hear what you're doing with your mullein in the comment box below. I also have some coneflower in here, and it's kind of not doing the best, but that's okay. This spot doesn't get much sun. I do have some random lettuce in here and just some pollinator plants. Over here we have our potatoes that need more dirt, but honestly, I'm probably not going to put any on it and see what happens. We are moving across the country, if you didn't know, so we're not hauling a bunch of dirt potatoes across the country. I have pled my case to the husband. He thinks that's silly. Anyways, that's all right. We didn't really plant a lot this year. We also have some celery in there, doing good, but it has been hot. It was 104 the other day. Awful heat, and I'm trying to keep up with the watering, but you know how that goes. Anyways, we have some CBD autoflower in here. She's looking good. It gets fried, and these leaves, we don't really worry about, but underneath is what we need. So I'm okay if this shades this spot because we really care about the bottom part. This is the lilac. That's all done for the year. We have our sunflowers here. If you can't tell where my sunflower garden was last year, that's where it was. We also have some more red lettuce randomly here. I saved all my seeds last year, and they are very, very fine and thin, so they blew away. We also have some petunias that came back, which is really cool. This whole bed was petunias last year, so I'm loving seeing all of this, and I just come in and pick all the suckers out of here if they're dry. I also have butter lettuce coming in here, some red lettuce, some broccoli. I do have some pineapple, sage, and lavender. The roses came and went super quick, unfortunately, but I got what I could out of this harvest. And if you're interested in that rose video, that will be somewhere on the channel. I did it like last week, so go check that out. In this bed, this was going to be our cut flower bed here, but we're waiting on a few. So we have valerian here, we have Iceland poppy, and then we have some sort of foxglove. It will be a deep purple. Have to be careful with foxglove, especially with children. Anyone in that monkshood family, be careful with, but it's important to have, and you can use it for a variety of things. So let me know if you have any sort of monkshoods in your garden. Monkshoods, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. know. Anyways, we do have a little bit of weeds here, but I love coming out here and kind of stepping on it barefoot. This is my new grounding spot for the morning, so I don't mind it. More petunias, more pineapple sage. Swiss chard, we're going to do something with this week. Stay tuned. We're going to do a meal plan and a budget-friendly grocery haul coming up here soon. We're going to go to the store today, but that will be a separate video because I don't want it to be too long. But there's a lot you can do with Swiss chard, so I'm going to use that. We have some peppers coming in here, poblano and bell. We do have some violets there, as well as some purslane. And then we have skullcap and more valerian, random sunflower. I didn't have the heart to get rid of it. We have zinnias here. These are all orange, and I picked through them, and they're blooming again, which is cool. I have some spinach going to seed. I probably won't plant too much spinach again. They're heavy on the oxalates. That's like the highest amount. So I don't like to have a lot of it in my diet, but you know, I do enjoy a spinach salad, and I really do enjoy salad. So might just go with the butter lettuce next time. We have tomatoes coming in here. If you are new, I'm doing nothing with these 2 tomatoes. I'm not taking the suckers. I'm not taking anything from the bottom, and we're going to see what happens because I feel like I put a lot of time and effort into the tomatoes, and each way I've done it, I feel like I've gotten the same amount of tomatoes. So we're doing an experiment with these 2 tomatoes. Let me know if you just kind of let your garden go, because that's okay to do. I have some pepper coming in from last year, which is cool. So important to have heirloom seeds so you can just keep on saving, the gift that keeps giving. I have some honeysuckle here, as well as some lavender and another CBD. So really taken off in the shade, really looking good and super fragrant. The squirrels got to the strawberries, so we're all done with that. The squirrels got to these 2 strawberries, and my husband took care of that. We don't do that, and I hear squirrel stew is really good. Probably not these squirrels here, but if we ever get back to our homestead in PA, then that would be a good squirrel to hold on to. We have cucumbers here, and one is creeping out. These are bush varieties, so we'll see what happens here. Some are dying, but I'm leaving it because all of these looked like they were dying at one point, so we'll see what happens. We have some dahlias in there. I do use dahlias medicinally, but not this year. I just really love looking at them, and they make beautiful bouquets. I have some tomato plants here that I wasn't planning on keeping, but a neighbor gave it to us, so I'm not going to throw away perfectly good food. I have some garlic chives, as well as some more sunflowers. I do have some thistle here, and that's about ready to take and use medicinally. You have to be careful. It depends on what thistle you have. But yeah, I'm going to use that. And they're great pollinators. So the first thing we did when we moved into this house was plant pollinators. Literally within 10 minutes, I had the seeds. It was during the season. So I just threw those seeds everywhere. And this is what we have. So I'm happy to attract more bees and other beneficial bugs towards this property, because a lot of people around me neighbor-wise were spraying, and if you didn't know, if you are spraying your weeds and all of that chemical on your lawn, you're probably going to get rid of most of the beneficial populations around the yard that keeps it going. So I'm happy that this started working out here. I think it will be great for the new owners of this home. We also have some more burning bush back here, and we have some milkweed. The bees love this, and we love watching the bees, so it's great to have that. We also have some yarrow happening, and I just take from it and put it in a bouquet, and then at the end of the week when it starts looking sad, I put it in my little dryer out here in the garage, and I use yarrow for bleed stop, but it's great if you dry it out and put it in a capsule, and it's good for blood health essentially. We have some pumpkins here and an angry duck. Hold on one sec. Okay, yeah, we have some pumpkins here, and that was volunteer, so I'm going to leave it. We have purslane, violets. We have beautiful black petunia. We have Thai basil. We have tulsi. We have oregano and sage. We also have some more milkweed here and some dill. I have some sugar snap peas and a little sugar snap sitting there eating them. Love that. Dream of mine to see the kids in the garden, so I'm happy they enjoy it. And then over here, I'm letting it go as well. So we have zinnias and nasturtium coming up. We have portulaca and purslane. We also have some more zinnias, and these are the zinnias in the front here that I got from the local market, and then those are the zinnias that I planted from seed. So pretty proud of those zinnias. They are the same variety. I had questions in the last video. They're the same variety, so I'm going to toot my own horn there and say, yay, we have strong zinnias. And I feel like planting from seed is super important, but I understand that there's patience involved with that and resources. You know, it takes good soil, water, all the good stuff. So I think this little cut flower garden is looking good. We also did plant trees, and I haven't been over here to show you. This is horseradish, by the way. We have a red maple, so hopefully that will get out and get some full sun. We've been fertilizing with the duck pond water, and we use that often. And then over here we have this little locust, and that will get a little larger, but all these trees have died in this area. We have a pretty good understanding as to why that happened, but it's important to plant new trees and they will be fine this time around. So I've gotten an influx of questions over the past few days about animals on the homestead, and I will say we have a backyard homestead. We live in a neighborhood, as you can see, and we do as much as we can with a little under an acre. I mean, definitely less than that. And when I was researching animals to keep, of course, chickens came up, but I didn't really know about ducks, and one of you pointed them out to me. I was so grateful for that connection, but I think they're fabulous. One, fun to watch. Two, the duck eggs are better for you egg-wise. They have a higher vitamin A count if ever you are needing an immune boost for yourself or your child. And they have really great pond water, so you can use that as a fertilizer. I could let my ducks free range if I wanted to. They wouldn't touch anything in the garden, and they would just go around and fertilize. So on our next homestead, I'm definitely looking into chickens again, but of course I think are gonna have a little bit more ducks. And I have cayugas, which I love. They are this beautiful iridescent black, and they lay beautiful dark black eggs, and then they kind of go all the way on the gray scale, which are really cool. And then I have Welsh Harlequins and Winnie, just one actually, and she's super sweet, really beautiful duck. And then we do have a black Swede, and he's our drake, and he's been the greatest protector. So I have no roosters when it comes to my flock, and maybe I will switch it up, but I just don't find them necessary unless I want to keep producing those chicks, which we might do. I'm not sure, depending on what we're getting back in Pennsylvania. So ducks are great. I use their water for all of my garden, and I use the bedding that we overwintered in their coop for fertilizer, but I like to keep that kind of amended for the year. So last year's fertilizer is being used right now, if that makes sense. So those are my two suggestions. If you can have access to dairy, that'd be great. I was looking into goats, but I really think we are going to look into sheep. I feel like they're a great dual purpose animal, and they can give us healthy, nutritious value. So I feel like that's important to say as well. I don't know if we'll look into a milk cow, but maybe. I'm excited for this journey. Let's get back into the garden tour. What'd you find?
A lot of green
sugar
beans.
snap peas. Yummy. Do you like them?
Yeah.
So yum, huh? Careful of the fire ants. We have a few of those happening. But back to it. If you have anything to say about animals on your homestead, let me know. I have some echinacea, purple cone flower, and these two are the same variety. This one was not, but it's fine. I'm going to use these medicinally. I have a video on that. I will try and link it. If not, you'll have to find it. It's in the emergency preparedness playlist, but echinacea is great. Immune health. I used to take it as a kid. My mom was into vitamins. She still is. Really helpful for all of our health. And then over here we just have some more pollinators, burning bush and thistle on the end, and then we have a bunch of wildflowers coming in through here, and I think that's it. I really love this area. We don't sit in it as much as I want to, but we occasionally eat right here, and it's just nice. It's just been so hot. So I think that's it for the garden tour. I'm gonna do a little harvest of the pineapple sage, and I will show you, since we worked on it last week here, perhaps. But we have some roses drying out in this. And I got this, remember when I did a collab with Timu or whatever? That was back when they first started reaching out. So I learned my lesson there. I know a little bit more about it, and I don't think I'll be purchasing from them. So this was a gift. It was very inexpensive, but I mean, you could make one of these, and there's so many different things that you can find. So yeah, I wanted to show you the dried roses and the dried pineapple sage. We are going to give the birds some of this frozen kale. That's another great thing to have in your little freezer arsenal for the birds when it gets this hot. They love having a frozen treat. We get ours at Kroger for, you know, any sale that we can. They love any greens. So thank you, bud. I'm going to get that going. But again, thank you so much for being here. I hope this was okay to do. Just popping on in the morning and just having a good time in the garden. I feel like this is the easiest way and the most genuine way to make content. I love sitting down and chatting with you from time to time, but just jumping on the camera and kind of doing a vlog style video is where I'm at in this season of life. So again, if you want to check out the Amari sale, let me know. I get questions about it all the time. Basically, I switched my pre, pro, and postbiotic supplements to the brand Amari because they were testing for glyphosate and heavy metals. You are not going to come across a lot of companies that do that. It's expensive to do that, so therefore the supplements are a little pricey, but they're still the cheapest I've ever bought, and it's an amazing opportunity. So you can make and earn commission from it. You don't have to have a following if you just recommend it. So I get a lot of questions like that. I get a lot of questions about Amari being an MLM, and technically it's not, but if you want to call it that, that's fine. I'm on the affiliate marketing side, so just like I share a link with any other product that I invest my time and, you know, money into because I am paying for these supplements, it's the same thing. If I was in network marketing, that would mean I would be building a team, and I have no hate in my heart for any of those two things, because if you are making an income that is not, you know, helping that corporate ladder, I'm all about it. Because if you look at those big corporations, they are owned by several big companies that don't have your best interest in mind. So I said it on my Instagram, I've had enough of the negativity when it comes to my income. It is 2024. I do not think it's very much privilege to stay home with my babies. We sacrifice a lot to do so. And in that season of life, I feel like it's okay, especially if you are recommending a product that is going to help people. So back to the product. I use Happy Juice, and that has helped me lower my cortisol levels, but not everybody has high cortisol. You might think you do. Get it checked. I use the Thorne test, and you know, gut health everyone can work on. So look into their probiotics and then look into their mood supplements. As a postpartum mom to 3, it has been very tricky to regulate my hormones and to get my anxiety back in order. So I also use the Mood Plus, and it's been incredible. If you are on any SSRIs, this would be a great alternative to look into. If you're happy with your SSRIs, that's fine too, but I guarantee you it's probably causing some more damage. It may help temporarily, but it's not treating the root cause. And a lot of vitamins say that they're doing that, but a lot of vitamins are made with synthetic ingredients. So it's really important to look at all of your ingredients. Most of the supplement companies out there claiming that they are made from plants and good herbs are not really telling the whole truth. So I'm proud to say that I'm an affiliate for Amari. I think it's a fabulous company. If you've been wanting to try it, now would be the time. They run a sale every month, so maybe this month isn't your thing, but it's 30% off. You really can't beat it. You have to do the subscribe and save because you get that extra 10% off, and you can move your subscribe and save, but if you cancel it, then you won't get that continued 10%. So really need to think about that. If you are trying supplements for under a month, they're probably not going to work. It takes a long time, not a long, but it takes about 3 months for your body to get used to all of those wellness changes that you're making in your life. And this isn't a miracle drink. This isn't a miracle pill. You have to put in the work. You have to show up consistently and keep your mental health in check. So I feel like it's so important to talk about mental and physical health when it comes to preparedness, because if shit hits the fan, you will be ready for yourself and your family. I'm going to jump off. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine 'cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble,